Hey guys, I hope you're doing great today. Today I wanted to touch up again on the importance of being very careful with the words that you use, that we use, right? And I know I talk a lot about this, but it's that I just cannot emphasize enough how important it is for us to be very careful with the words that we use because our words create, right? You have a thought, brings out a word creates into reality. And we have to be extremely, extremely careful about that. I myself am somebody that have really, really like seen how I can manifest with my thoughts and my words, since I was a child. And you know, this is something that I created a lot of blockages in my life just simply by the way that I used to talk to myself, even just myself, but we have to extend that to everyone. And we have to understand that we create ripples when we speak, right? And I've been watching a lot of YouTubes lately, of like shamanism and stuff like that because I don't know, I love the way of the shaman. I love how what they believe in. I feel very close to that. So, you know, one of the things that I noticed about someone that practices that, and even though she is amazing, she's an amazing teacher, right? But something always gets me that she says in the end. And I know that she says it with a kind heart. I know it's with good intention. I take it that way. But in the end of the videos, she usually says, I send you all my love. And that doesn't sound bad when you think about it. But you have to be careful with that because the universe takes things literally. Okay? And the thing is that if she says, I send you all my love, that alone can drain her. Maybe not. Maybe she's at a level where it doesn't. You understand? Because at the end of the day, nothing really affects us unless we give it power to. But I think that when we're teaching people how to walk a certain path, we ourselves have to be very careful with the things that we say because we can mislead people unintentionally. Like I said, I know she does everything with a kind heart and everything else is like perfect. Everything else sounds amazing, resonates, teaches me a lot. But that one part right there, that's one of the first things that I learned. Do not say things like that because you may unintentionally, if you don't know, you may unintentionally literally give all your love away. And like I said, you have to be filled first in order for you to give. But don't give away everything because you need to also be, filled within. So be very careful. You can always say, I send you love, you know, but don't send all your love. All right. So be careful, be mindful, monitor your thoughts. You know, one of the things about taking the red pill is that you are accountable for certain things when you already know. When you don't know these things, it's like, you know, you cannot pay for those things because it's like you didn't know, so how are you supposed to, you understand what I'm saying? It will be unfair. It will be very unfair. But once we know these things, it becomes a responsibility for us to implement them in our lives. So be very, very careful. I don't mean to open up that kind of worm, but I do want to help you. I want to help you, and I have seen myself how wordplay, it affects us so much. The English language, I have said, there are even tricks in the English language, that, like, if we're not very careful with the words that we're using, the definitions of the words, we can create something negative for ourselves. Something else in the same line is, not that I didn't know this, and I'm pretty sure you guys knew also, but I love that I watched someone, that they grew up with like Native American, in that culture, and with the beliefs and everything like that. And they mentioned that children, one of the first things that they are taught is this, be careful with your words and things like that. Do not say hate, because you're sending that out there. Hate is a very powerful word. And even if it's something innocent as, I hate my hair, I hate the rain, I hate this box, something. So just the word hate is like such a negative word. So try not to use that. Don't hate anybody. Even when I was young, one of the things my mom didn't allow me to say, or us, is like, don't ever say you hate somebody. Just, if you dislike them, okay, but don't use the word hate. And mind you, my mom was somebody that didn't really watch her words. She would curse a lot, and it's not just about hate, it's about any word. And this is where, like, cursing needs to become something of the past for all of us. I'm actually very proud of myself that I don't really like curse in these videos, because cursing was kind of like part of my vocabulary, and I would use a curse word in every sentence. I didn't mean it in a bad way, but it was just, growing up where I grew up, it's like, I'm telling you, like cursing is just so natural, but it shouldn't be, because all curse words have a very, very negative energy, and we send that out there. And what I've been learning, because I've been learning a lot more about like Native Americans and everything like that, that's my people, so I feel like I need to, get reacquainted, remember the things that my ancestors were taught. And one of the things that I read, or well, actually that I heard, was that, if you say something about like hate, let's say, like I had told you guys, a lot of us grew up with people saying, I hate money, I hate this and that. I learned that you can bring that energy not just beyond you, like for generations to come. And we need to get rid of those things. We have to build a better tomorrow for us, for our future, for our children, our future generations. So let's be a little bit more mindful of the words that we use, and look into certain words and things like that. Get curious, search things. You'll be so surprised how many words they're tricky. I forgot which word it was. I'll come back and tell you guys, but there was a word that I forgot which one it was, but when you broke it down, it's like it kind of had a hidden message behind it. And many words are like that. And like I said, especially in the English language, I used to study a little bit, the words and where words come from, and certain words you got to be careful with and what to use. One of those words that you will hear a lot is when people say I understand, versus saying I understand, because understand is you standing under something, meaning that other something is above you or someone or whatever, So, I still use I understand because, like, I don't know. It's just like, to me, I'm like, I know what I'm trying to say, but, I think it is better when we start saying I understand, because when you say I understand, it's something that you get it from within. You don't get it because somebody else is telling you. You don't get it because of any other reason other than you, it resonates with you. Yes, you are aligned with it, so you understand things. So that's just like a little example of what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm not gonna make this video long. I had to come outside and actually make this video because my son, he's very loud when he plays. So I don't want to bother him. He's having fun. But I did want to put this message out there today. It was something that was in my mind. Please, try your best to monitor your thoughts. Be careful with the things that you think, and be careful with the words that you say to others, especially children. And especially children from the womb of 7 years, even the most. Because those are the years that they are cement, and anything that you say to them, it gets it gets stuck with them for years until they realize, and it can be negative. So if it's like something negative, it won't be until years past PTSD and all that stuff that they might not even understand where it came from, that we probably put in them when they were young. So we have to be very, very careful. Not even playing around. We cannot, I remember one time I used to call my daughter psycho, playing around. I'm like, you little psycho, and there was a lady that knew better, and she said, don't say that to your daughter. And I looked at her wrong, like, lady, I'm playing with my kid, all right? Don't tell me what to say to her. No, I was wrong. I was completely wrong. And she even said that. She's like, even playing, you're claiming something for her. You're kind of like attesting something for her. Not attesting, whatever. You're putting it in her reality as if that's who she is, and she's not. And it did take me a few days to like get over it because my ego was too much at that time. But I realized she was completely right. Completely right. And it made me stop calling my daughter, psycho or whatever. And I really didn't mean anything bad in my mind or in my heart at all. But, I did stop. And every time anybody was saying anything to, especially any of my kids, I would pay very close attention. And if it wasn't something that should have been said to them that I felt like might have affected them later on, I will completely go back and switch it for them, completely. So you do that as well. And it doesn't have to be your child, and it doesn't have to be your child. It can be anybody, okay? So let's be careful and mindful with the things that we use. One last thing but it's been on my mind also. There's a little bit off topic, kind of, sort of. But, as we get into this journey, we have to understand that everything is energy. And just how we have positive energy, we also have negative energy. And yes, there are people that play dirty with energy. There are people that know how to manipulate energy. There are people that know how to use energy for evil deeds and everything. And while that might be a reality, another reality is that nothing can touch us unless we give it power. Okay? Nothing. No matter what anybody has done to you, you are way more powerful than anything else. Any curse, any negative words that are thrown at you or anything like that. But you have to be very, very mindful, and you have to be aware that you have that power. And if you didn't know, I hope you do know now. And that will be your first way to shield yourself from anybody else. Sure, you can use the evil eye pendant, to protect yourself. Anything that helps you, anything that helps you. But ultimately, what works 100% always is gonna be your mind, your ability to understand your power. Okay? So you can tell yourself every single day or whenever, nothing ever touches me because I don't allow any negative energy in my reality. And another thing is, you have to remember, negative energy is very low vibration. So when we raise our vibration, nothing lower than that can touch us, right? It will not be allowed in our energy unless we allow it to, all right? Sometimes you may not be aware. Sometimes there are people that do very powerful energy work, and you will feel it. That's why you have to be very careful and pay attention to your life, how things may be changing, how you feel, and things like that. I have felt negative energy, and usually when I do, for some reason, I go to tarot, and I'll listen to like YouTube channels and things like that, or I'll read my own cards. I don't need those things, but I like them. I like confirmation. I like physical confirmation, and that's why I love tarot. It confirms a lot for me. Confirms things I already know within, and it's okay. I like it that way. Me personally, I like it like that. But and whenever I have felt those energies, sure enough, it gets confirmed. Reader after reader after reader, no matter how many readers I will listen to, completely different, and people that don't even know each other or anything like that will say the same exact messages over and over and over, and then I will confirm it myself. But I had already known, because my energy felt weird, and I will already put the intention like nothing can touch me. I don't allow any negative energy around me. I call upon my angels and I ask for protection. All right? There's a lot of ugly things out there, guys. But we have the ultimate power. We are the creators. We do create the good and the bad. We are not always aware of it. But in the end of the day, this is our world. And we are the ones creating it. Deep down, we are the ones creating it, okay? And as we go along in our journey, this becomes more evident by the minute, okay? So, yeah, that's all I have for now. Not to put anything negative out there, but I know things like that exist. And, I want you guys to be protected. There are negative things, and, we have to be aware that there's good and bad. We do. But we can diminish anything that's below us. All right? We're better than that. And please, don't ever send any negative energy back to anybody. Even if you ever find out, somebody's doing negative energy work on you or anything like that, don't ever send it back. Don't. Because you are different. You have to send healing for people. Turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek, and just ask for whatever negativity is around you to turn into beautiful light. All right? Ask for your angels to be there for you, whatever source you believe in. Have full faith that you are very, very powerful, and that you can turn negativity into positivity, no matter what it is, no matter who it is, and no matter where you're at. All right? I wish you guys a beautiful night, day, whatever it is. And nos vemos mañana. Bye.